Fellas, welcome for another discussion, another conversation about the African societies, politics, sociology, and the pertinent issues that affect Africans in general, and also the global world where so many people are in America, in UK, also in Canada, also in Australia, Brazil, and all parts of the world. So today I want us to focus on the Sahel region. And they have woken up, and the trajectory they're taking is wise. And also we understand the Sahel region consists of three countries, the main three countries that were now are on just doing their things on their own without relying on Africa, on the European countries. Piga makofi for these countries. They are waking up. They are waking up, and also they are doing their things in a more not in a more civilized manner, and also trying to solve the problems that are affecting them. And these three countries, they are the Niger, Mali, and also Burkina Faso. The major Burkina Faso, and also these three countries are now trying to liberate themselves from the yokes of the Europeans in terms of economy, in terms of social, political ways. And we understand that in a country such as Mali is a country that has a great history. Actually, it was formed. It actually, in terms of government or in terms of governance, it had a series of coups. We understand that now it is referred to as the Republic of Mali. Is located around the western region of Africa, and understand that in Mali is now being led by a military officer known as Assimi Goita. Actually, he took power in 2021 after a military coup. It has a great history of military coups, and also understand that the president was given a 5-year term, which is often renewed as many times as necessary. We understand that also in Mali, it had wars each and every time. Remember, the wars began in 2012, where we had the Tuareg rebellion in Mali. So that is when the wars began, and also we had a series of coups as indicated earlier. Also, Mali has a GDP of 26.59 billion US dollars. We come to the GDP of Niger, which is 19.54 USD according to the records in 2024. And also Niger is another country in the Sahel region, which is now the president being General Chiani. And also General Chiani took power in 2023 as a military coup from Mohamed Bazoum. So after that, then we have Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, which is the capital city being Ouagadougou. And in Burkina Faso, we have a military officer who is famously known as Traoré, Ibrahim Traoré, which is a revolutionary leader. That's a 7-year-old man, a very vibrant man, is a strong man, who is an interim president of Burkina Faso, who took power in 2022. And we understand the GDP of Burkina Faso is 23.25 US dollars. That is according to the records in 2024. So these countries in Sahel region, the West African countries, they have the trajectory they have taken is liberation. Remember, African countries, most of them, they are in the yoke. Up to date, they are still colonized by the Western African countries, and also they are not free. You cannot say that they have been given that mandatory to do their work alone without relying on the Western countries. Recently, the main topic, the main agenda of this discussion is about the formation of the African Bank, the AES, AES, the investment bank, which is which is going to be used to support self-driven development and reduce reliance on other European countries. Amongst these Sahel countries, the Niger, Burkina Faso, and also Mali, which are being controlled by military officers. So it's like this. It seems that like these countries, all the African countries, deserves military officers, because military officers which have military background means that they are driving these countries to the right direction, as compared to the scholarly background leaders, which has a suit and a tie. Just imagine a suit and a tie to control these countries. That is where we've seen corruption, which has been rampant in these countries, which are controlled by these leaders who have a scholarly background level. But this is just a question for all of us. So these African countries, these three countries, they have come up with an idea to create an investment bank that is going to be contributed, that is going to be created by these three countries, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. Just imagine that. A great idea, yes? Yes, it's a great idea. And also, I think this idea can be channeled and can be copied by countries such as the East African countries and also the South African countries, whereby they come together and also come up with an investment bank where they're going to save, to provide loans, and so on and so forth. So this the investment bank, the AES, which is going to be created by these Sahel countries, is going to reduce reliance on donors, on foreign aid. Remember, most of these countries in Africa, they are highly dependent on African aid. I mean, European aid. The donors. Remember, we've been in a situation whereby as Africans, we have highly dependent on donors, and also the aid that is coming from the Western region, the Eastern region, like Russia, for so long. And also we understand that we got independence way earlier. So I think it's high time for all of us, for all the African countries, to come up with strategies to solve their own problems. Remember, even the other countries which are they are providing aid and help in terms of grants, loans. They are also suffering. They also have problems. But you cannot compare the stability with the African countries. So this AES bank, the investment bank, is going to give, according to the charter in the investment bank, is going to give loans of 0.75% as interest per annum, to create. To give loans to these people who are creative and also business-minded individuals in these three countries. So people in different sectors, in different creative industries, in terms of music, drama, drawing, architecture, also sculpturing, where they come up with a sculpture, they are going to be given loans by the investment bank. I think military governments are somehow better than the other countries, and also this bank, these three countries are going to contribute around 900 million US dollars so that they come up with that bank, the AES, the investment bank. So this is a lot of money, a lot of capital, a lot of investment that is going to help the Burkinafaso, going to help the Mali people, and also the Niger people. Also, this bank is going to put about 5% net tax, I mean their tax money, into the bank, so that to pay less attention to African investment or African Development Bank. Remember, most of these African countries, they're depending on the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, also the World Bank, also the IDP, the African Development Bank, ADB. And also, we know as Africans that even we know as people, as the Asiatic people, as the European people, also the African people, that when a bank gives you a loan, it's going to expect certain interest, and also it comes with terms and conditions. So they are trying to rule out that when an African country is given like a certain amount of money for development, remember this money is mostly for development, but of course as Africans a lot of money is lost. A lot of money is given, is also lost in terms in channels that the government cannot understand, people cannot understand. Corruption, misuse, embezzlement. Then after that it brings wrangles. Okay, that is it. So these countries are trying to reduce that over dependence of the African Development Bank. Of course, we have discussed about that. Also, the funding on development, and that's through the meaning of freedom and self-determination. So, this funding, the bank is going to prove that Africans that are self-driven, they have self-determination. Also, it's going to improve people's lives. Remember, having a GDP of 26.59 US dollars is very low. The gross is very low. So people have to be taken care of. Also, people have to come up from the pyramid, the lower pyramid, at least to the middle pyramid or the higher pyramid of economic status of the society. Also, it's going to boost economic growth and stability. Of course, if you have a bank, people are going to be given loans. Also, the bank is going to create employees. Going to create a lot of employees. So that is creating job opportunities to the people around it. Also, this bank, people are going to invest. Investment in terms of grants, in terms of we call them the money market fund. So in terms of bonds, people are going to save. They're going to also to work with the government of the day, the three countries, the Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Also, this investment is going to provide services to large corporations and also institutional industries or investments. That is actually that is the main point of the coming up with the African Development Bank. So so investment is main key, and also providing services. Services in terms of monetary money. Remember, these countries were, most of them are colonized by the French, so they are using the franc currency. Remember, these countries, their money is printed in France. That you can imagine. You can imagine. Don't have that printing monopoly to print your own money in your country. So it's going to create services in Burkina Faso, amongst the Burkinabés. Also, we have the Mali people, and also the Niger people. So, fellas, make sure you subscribe, you share, and also you react to the video. Bless you.